Hey, all right. We are back. Uh, little thing about the title of the stream. It's kind of a funny story. We just had like a huge thunderstorm popping off, and I wasn't really sure how long I was going to be able to stream today because you know I'd already lost internet once. I wasn't feeling too confident. So I came up with the idea that we would just like do this super fast, just like get through everything that I was planning on doing today, and then that we would just wrap up as fast as possible. But almost as soon as I like hit the start streaming button, storm's over. Like it just stopped all at once. So I mean, I guess it's okay. They say that lightning can strike from as far as like what was it, like 7 miles away, 10 miles away, whatever. But I mean, uh, I guess I'll just try to get through things just to be safe because you never know. It was pretty serious. So let's just do this. One Piece. Let's go. Chapter 1159, the Island of Destiny, and yeah, I've been kind of spoiled about this one. Not really to the same extent as 1158, but you know. And sorry about the ads. Can I close this without it like freaking out? Okay. Um, but I mean, I could kind of ascertain already. This chapter is going to be about the God Valley incidents again, and I don't really know why we're going back. I thought we already kind of gleaned all the information we need to know from the God Valley incident, but okay. Um, and then we've got the cover story that I don't really care about. I don't know why it's not over yet. It would be nice if we could just stop and move on to something else. We've been in Wano for like 7 years. I don't know what's going on in the background. That seems kind of weird. Is that like a castle on top of a bridge? I don't know. Oh, we got our little fox buddy, whose name I don't even remember because Wano was just had such a critical mass of secondary, tertiary, quaternary characters that I could never, ever possibly be expected to remember all their names. Oda says One Piece Day is shaping up to be an excellent event. Enjoy the family atmosphere, okay? Yeah, and I think I actually skipped that. 39 years ago on Hachinosu, all hell has broken loose, and you know it too because it's got the thunderstorm that we just had. You know, the rain of deep, intense emotion. Did you look everywhere? Don Marlon and the others were killed. They were on guard duty last night. Don Marlon. Who is this guy? The Don couldn't protect her? It can't be. Who the hell did this? What are you saying, huh? Someone kidnapped our Shaki. It only took the perpetrating party a few hours, but they left behind no trace. The pirates were distraught and shaking with rage. Oh my golly. So it's this guy, the uh, Wang Ji Ochoku, whatever you want to call him. So he kidnapped her? Wow. And I think it's assumed by a lot of people that this guy is related to Caribou. So I guess it runs in the family. The pirates were distraught and shaking with rage. Please be okay, Shaki. Damn you, Rocks. How could you let this happen? I'm going to kick your ass. Word spread across the sea. I mean, obviously, she's fine. Shaki. And people sank into deep despair, their smiles fading as the world's economy ground to a halt for several weeks. Wow, really? Okay, all right. 1 year later, God Valley, West Blue. Do we know it was in West Blue? I don't remember. Garling, I'm so happy. I always knew you'd come back. Shamrock, Shanks is your father. Oh boy, I'm sure Garling is just elated to hear that. elated to hear that this lower life form has spawned his children. Oh boy. This is about to be bad. This is going to be so bad. Twins, huh? How precious. Yeah, there are kids. Why don't you stay here with me? Well, if we were to share a home, it certainly wouldn't be here. This island won't be around. Oh, wow. He's being very blunt about it. I don't know why I didn't expect that. This island won't be around much longer, huh? Besides, I've already secured a worthy bride for myself and placed the order. She will be mine, provided I triumph in the upcoming tourney. Bruh? What are you talking about? I'm sorry, was Shaggy one of the prizes for the God Valley tournament? Okay, wow. Okay. Alright. Maybe there was a little bit more to the story than I was aware of. Wah. Yeah, gua. Begin the preparations. Yes, sir. Making landfall now. Wow. Wow, just like, no pun intended, but straight up shanked this woman. Right. Shanked his baby's mama right in front of him. Right before he absolutely sacks their homeland. Okay. And just told her straight to her face that he's going to be with someone else, a slave. Navy ships from the world government? That's right, they've surrounded the whole island. Are they searching for some vile criminal? Get the children inside. Limit yourselves to tranquilizer rounds. If they don't resist, just capture them. And, just gonna scoot right past this really sussy ad. Lieutenant Commander, what exactly is the goal of this operation? It's a training exercise. Now zip it. You're 10 years too early to be questioning orders, cadet. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, Dragon. What's up, buddy? Oh my gosh. They almost slipped that past me. I almost did not even notice that this was Dragon. But yeah, he's got the hair. He's got the little pattern, like, little armband thing on. Wow. I can definitely see how this would shape his decision to become a revolutionary. Ooh, golly. But squad leader, what's the deal with this upstart? My apologies, he's still in training. Excuse me, what's going on? Yeah. Do not resist. Keep still. What? Run, they're capturing everyone. But why? These are just ordinary civilians. Don't question it. There's no room for personal doubts when following military orders. Just focus on completing the mission. Huh? Ugh. It's okay. Tranquilizer rounds shouldn't kill anyone. Sorry, if you let me detain you, I won't shoot. Yep, Marine Monkey D. Dragon, future Supreme Commander of the Revolutionary Army and Father. Yeah, we know. We know. Man. So what was his rank? Was it like nothing? I don't know what's going on, but I'm leaving this island. Out of the way. Bam, bam. Put on your masks. It's sleeping gas. Navy prison ship transporting slaves. Bzz, bzz. I could have sworn I saw someone. Communications room. Is that like a little... Oh. Big bro, Jenny, you're safe. What a relief. I did it. Now it's up to the informant to relay it. The informant. Wait, who's the other person they're in cahoots with to get the word out about this horrible thing that's happening? Don't be loud, you two, and don't do anything rash. You'll get us punished too. Punished? Moron, do you want to die with no knowledge of where they are taking us? You need to try if you want to be saved. Miracles are not so easy to come by. Big bro, the slaves are getting rowdy. So, there are still slaves with spirit. I'm not sure if I even want to try and go for Ivankov's like weird accent or not. Wow. Look at Morgan's. Look at this twerp. He looks like a character from HR Puffin stuff. Cypherpol, Intelligence Bureau. You have more absurd intel. What is it this time? Don't be coy. You guys must have caught wind of that transmission too. Let's skip to the part where you pay me off. You'd rather keep the story quiet, right? Oh my gosh, her informant is Morgan's. I mean, it paid off in the long run, but I think at the time, anyone would have told Ginny that was a mistake. Because now he's using it to just extort the government. He's just some kid running a local paper with a fancy name. How does he keep getting intel like this? Don't push your luck, you'll be erased. Quahaha. Just try and stop me. Fools, I'm gonna leak news to Pirate Island either way. Oh, of course. Great. Morgan's president of the WEG. It's Jackie. She's still alive? Is this for real? I'm so relieved. Where did you say she is? God Valley. Where's that? Oh, boy. Oh, gosh. You know, this smells fishy. Can we trust the source? Oh, no. No, he's not... He's not down for getting exposed. Oh, jeez. There's no doubt about it. The Navy is in turmoil. She's going to be a prize in the Celestial Dragon tournament? So those damn government bastards were the ones who kidnapped her. Shaki Chan. The Celestial Dragon's human hunt. They always figured that was a baseless rumor. Looks like they're putting devil fruits up for grabs too, Kaido. Didn't you want one? What do these ones do? These fruits could be perfect for my kids. What if this is some sort of trap? Shut up. Man, that would be terrifying to think of. Like, Big Mom with these devil fruits under her control. If you've got cold feet, you can just stay behind on the island. Let's move. God Valley awaits. Oh, how much you want to bet that Ochoku is one of the ones who says no? Roger Pirates, Gabon, where's God Valley? It's pretty far, but we should make it in time. Y'all are with me, right, fellas? Of course we are. Rox is already on the move. We can't let him get ahead. It was an unlikely turn of events, but this small leak. It seems Roger's heading there too. Lead with that next time. I'm on my way. Led to the mobilization of all the toughest men on the seas. Wow, okay. All right, let's give some new context to the incident. It wasn't just Delaford's they were after. It was a woman. Ooh. It's a giant ship. Who cares? Sink it. Wait, what is it, Rox? We can't stop now. Oh, is that... Oh, it's Harold's ship. They said your entire crew was obsessed with this woman. That's how I knew I'd be able to intercept you here, Rox. You know, if we fought without any regard for our own lives, we could sink your puny little ship with ease. See that vessel over there? It's a government surveillance ship. So you're still trying to curry favor by playing the government's lapdog. You may be the king of the overgrown brutes, but you're underestimating us. Are you really content to let the government sit back and watch as we tear each other apart? You're nothing but a giant lunatic clinging to your diluted version of progress. Why don't we talk it out, just the two of us? Man, still amicable after saying that he was pretty much cutting off ties with Harold. Harold, though, like, gee, bro, does he just not know what's going on? I really hope so, because this is, like, not cool. Siding with the government right as they're doing this. You must have an idea where we're going and what we're doing. Listen, this is for your ears only. I ain't gonna tell anyone else, not even my own crew. Your Majesty, why talk to him? That bastard, we don't have time to take it easy. I bet even now my Shaki's calling for help. I've got a hidden name. It's Davy D. Zebek. Odo, where is this going? What are we doing now? Where is this ride taking us? Rocks isn't rocks. Davy D. Zebek. You're not really called Rocks. I reckon the world government has been trying to erase the specific name for a long time. It's tied to the lineage of the legendary pirate Davy D. Jones. Okay. Now what? Now there's this brand new name in the picture. Davy D. Jones. Hold on. Let me pay the One Piece wiki. Has that ever cropped up at any point ever? Okay, there's the Davy back fight. The Davy family. Davy D. Throughout history, some pirates have admired and even worshipped this figure, and he is the namesake behind the Davy back fight. Okay, maybe I'm spoiling myself. The real Davy Jones is inspired in SBS Volume 38. This guy. Okay. Okay, maybe get like a better view of that. This guy. Oh boy. I thought maybe it would be connected to the Flying Dutchman, but maybe that's like a different thing. That's a whole different pirate lore, but okay. The name still commands some influence in the underworld even now, but it's barely scraping by. I ain't sure if the timing was good or bad, but 2 years ago I had a kid. To keep him totally safe, I sent my family away. Back to my hometown. Told them count on the Davy clan. What is your hometown? I see. So your kin, your wife and child are back in your hometown. But why are you revealing your weak spot to me? My... Okay, what's really going on here? What is actually going on here right now? Your hometown is God Valley. So that must be why Teach was just like so impoverished, was because he fled from God Valley in desperation. Wow. Wow. So there is so many more dimensions to this conflict than I realized. Like, I can't believe this is just coming in out of nowhere. I feel like we're finally getting to the real meat and potatoes of this flashback. You know, a lot of it, I didn't necessarily feel like it was strictly necessary, but this is like actually like huge chapter. I can't believe there is so much going on here that I have not been spoiled on. So much that just like, why aren't people talking about this more? Like, this is the chapter of this whole flashback. This is what it's all about. And like you said before, he didn't even tell his own crew, so they didn't know. Okay, his hometown's God Valley. Are you saying the government staged this just to lure you in? Nah, the Celestial Dragons are gathering here, right? They wouldn't want me crashing their party. They just made a mistake. Still, it feels like destiny is pulling me in, dragging me back. Taking Shaggy was their biggest blunder. As long as I get my wife and kid to safety, I'll be at peace with whatever happens next. But it doesn't feel like my luck's on my side anymore, Harold. Lend me a hand. No way. I'm gonna sink you right here and now. Is that so? Bring it on. Don't interfere. It's hard to believe, but every 3 years, the Celestial Dragons choose an unaffiliated nation rich in resources, you cowardly rat, and turn it into a hunting ground where they slaughter all the natives for sport. Help us. How can this be allowed to happen? Wow, man. Okay. Dang, Shacky. The day of the God Valley incident, we now present the grand prize of this tournament beyond all the rare devil fruits up for grabs. In one of the calm belts of the Grand Line lies the Isle of Women. Behold our former empress, the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Shakuyaku. Whoa! The winner can decide whether to take her as a wife or a slave. Wow, she's gorgeous. I want her. Since her capture, she's been kept spotless and pristine in every way. She's the very definition of a priceless treasure. What an amazing prize, Summers. You better win her for the Shepherd family. So Summers was part of this as well. There he is. Don't be stupid. I'm going to make her my personal property when I win. She'll be my wife. Quit dreaming, Summers. So there's Summers, and there's Garland, and there's Gunko. Gunko. Thanks, Microsoft. That was already plugged in. It better be plugged in. It's got all my stuff on it. And then there's this guy. Are we supposed to know who he is? Or is he the guy that becomes like a Kirin later? Please help. My kids. You have to get them off the island. Don't let him take them. Come here, Teach. It'll be alright. You have to survive. Every world noble knows the tourney features several super rare rabbits to hunt. This year, we've not only secured a brat from the Buccaneer tribe, but for the first time in 800 years, we've also uncovered members of the Davy clan, the site of the Great Clash. Wow. And there's no break next week. This has been the hugest chapter of the arc, for sure. This has been huge. There has been so much stuff added that is very interesting. This feels like an important chapter and feels like a very interesting and action-packed chapter. I know that might sound weird because there was no actual fighting, but like fighting and action aren't always the same. Like this has a lot of like drama, like actually really good drama. It wasn't so much into the whole like, different intersecting love triangles thing or whatever. But now this is actually like I feel like this flashback is picking up and actually adding to the story instead of just telling us a bunch of what we either already know or didn't need to know. So this chapter is like really, really good. And that I don't hold back on my evaluations. Like if I'm not hot on a chapter, I'll let you know straight up. I'm not one of those like fake hype guys that's just like it's more One Piece, it's automatically good. No. This is genuinely good chapter. Now, I wanted to follow this up with this because and hold on a second, I forgot to switch the sound on this. There. Gotta get these on. Gotta get them unwrapped. Because my cables are a mess right now. So yeah, it's embarrassing to admit, but for 4 weeks in a row, I kept forgetting to check out the new live action One Piece trailer. So no, that's too much. Let's just go ahead and, well, we need to fix this. There. Okay, that's still a little tight. Let's cut myself some more slack. Let's go ahead and fire this up. I've seen little bits and pieces of it. Hold on a second. This is going like super fast, like right out of the gate. All right, so we've got the Mary, we've got the Red Line and Reverse Mountain. That looks like the channel that they're going to be heading up. Jeez, this is so fast. This is Logtown, looking super. It's looking cool, but it's like kind of a weird mishmash of stuff. This is not the Logtown I was expecting. But at the same time, I don't hate it. I'm actually kind of down for this, like, amalgamated aesthetic. Like, Logtown wasn't really, like, the most, like, special, like, unique location or anything. It had pretty much one landmark, and that was it. So I'm okay with them taking creative liberties with it. We've got anything to see here? No, not really. Just somebody running somewhere. Oh, that's probably like Little Garden. There's Whiskey Peak. Looking the way it should. Yeah. Dory or Brogy, I cannot ever get their name straight. And there's Robin. I have seen her in like thumbnails of other people who like watch this trailer. She looks okay. I don't know. She's just kind of whatever. Not too big a fan of the costume design for a lot of the female characters, honestly. Oh, it's Smoker's. It's Smoker's bike. I was like, why are there suddenly cars in One Piece? There's the Wax House. There's, where are we? Where are we supposed to be right now? There's a lot of like red and white and like some green. Is this like a Christmas land? There's Vivi with her like terrible debut character design. She doesn't have. I guess this shouldn't surprise anyone, but she doesn't have like the hypnotic outfit on. If anyone recalls that from the manga, but yeah, not surprised that that's not making it into the show. I mean, if it's not making it into the anime, hold on a second. Oh, so there's like a carnival, and this is where they run into Alvida, all slimmed up now. I think some people were worried that like they were gonna go woke and make her like not skinny, and thankfully that's not the case. And there's Laboon. Saw Laboon in the thumbnail for this. Into the Grand Line. And season 3 sets sail soon. Okay. Coming 2026. All right. And they'll give me some time to psych myself. No, 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 no. I don't even know what I clicked on. Didn't ask for it. Don't care. Okay. So yeah. Okay, that's One Piece season 2. It looks pretty. I don't even know why I took my headphones off. I'm gonna have to pop them right back on. But yeah, that seems pretty sick. I think they're on track for a pretty awesome awesome season. And looking at it now, I actually kind of like their decision to leave off right after Arlong Park and then pick it back up with Logtown for season 2, and then leave off Alabasta for season 3 because Alabasta's huge. I totally anticipate the season 3 is going to be just Alabasta and nothing else. Now, this is a rumor that I heard. Not sure if it's true, but I thought I heard someone say that they're gunning for like 12 seasons. So, I don't know. Let's try and assess this, right? Let me get my notepad out. No, not this. That's a very different project. Okay, so season 1 was, and this isn't framed properly. Season 1 was East Blue, right? And 2 is going to be Baroque Works. And then 3 is going to be Alabasta. So, I don't know. Are they going to do Sky Island? Are they going to skip it? I don't know. I'm going to guess that they're not. I don't think they have the balls to do that. Because, I mean, we didn't think that... Like, it's just dawning on me, right? Like, how long, how many years, or perhaps even decades did we think that Davy back fight that was just this whatever that's like canon filler, and the stupid AI tracking just turned itself on. I don't like that. So this has the same stupid gesture technology. Can I turn it off by waving at it? Well, there's no... I don't know what to do now. Because there's no proprietary software. So I just turned on the AI tracking. And there's no way to turn it off. So... Can I, like... There. It took some brute force, but I figured out how to turn it off. That's really bad. Okay. So I guess I got to download the software, even though I think the software is going to cause more problems, because that's exactly what happened with my last camera. What was I saying? So yeah, for a long time we thought the Davy backfight was basically just canon filler. Like, it's canon, but it doesn't affect anything. And now it turns out that the Davy backfight might be the single most important thing ever. Because now there's this whole other faction that dates back to the Void Century. That's related to the Davy clan. That's related to Rox and Blackbeard and God Valley. It's a lot to take in. So maybe skipping Sky Island wouldn't be a good idea. Maybe it's going to turn out that Sky Island is also the most important thing ever. So season 4 would probably be Sky Island. And then after that would be, the whole Cypher Pole saga. And then 6... If I had to guess, the Cypher Pole saga is going to end with it's going to end just before the Ace versus Blackbeard fight, and that's what they're going to lead with going into the Summit War arc. You know, that's just my guess. So it'll start with that, and then Thriller Bark. With clever writing, they could probably condense Thriller Bark to a single episode. I think they could do that. And I think I'd like that too, because not too hot on Thriller Bark, honestly. Like, it's got hype moments, but that doesn't necessarily make it a hype arc, if that makes any sense. Hold on a second, let me make sure my streamer lighting doesn't fall down. So they'll probably lead with Ace versus Blackbeard going into season 6, and then, you know, wrap it up in its proper fashion, you know, going into the time skip. And that's really appropriate. If they're going for 12 seasons, then that tracks, because that's like the midway point. 7 would be, I don't know, I feel like if they're clever, they can get Fishman Island down to 1 episode too. Maybe 2 episodes? But I'll say season 7 is going to be Fishman. No. It's going to be Fishman Island, and it's going to be Punk Hazard. And then 8 would be just Dressrosa, because Dressrosa is so immense. There's no way you could cut that down for time. You know, not without, like, okay, I say you can't cut it down for time. Not if you want to include anything. You could go about this one of 2 ways. You could either not cut it for time, or you could cut it immensely for time. Because, in my humble opinion, there are just so many characters in that arc that don't matter. So many plot threads that could just be dropped and nobody would really miss them that much. Or at the very least, there would be acceptable losses, you know, just to keep the story a bit more focused. And then season 9 would be the whole Sanji retrieval saga. So that would be Zoe and Whole Cake Islands, you know, wrapped up in one. And then 10 would be Wano, obviously. And I think that's going to be a much more bearable watch than actual Wano, if I'm being frank. And then 11, you know, obviously Egghead. And then 12 would be Elbaf, because that's where we are right now. Right? So that's what I predict will be the plan. I'm out of Mountain Dew. That's the projection right now, you know. Who knows if they'll actually keep going. Because you gotta think, right? Like, how long is this gonna take? How many years? What condition are the actors gonna be in? How many of them are gonna need to be replaced? Are they going to be able to, like, consistently deliver, or are they gonna peter out at some point? Like, because nobody had faith in even the first season. So I really wish that Microsoft would stop bothering me about my storage. Like, it's plugged in. I didn't unplug it at any point. Why are you pestering me about it? Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, you know, at any point, you know, the whole thing could just go kerplunk, you know. Mishandle, like, one crucial character, make one slip up, one little drama, and the whole thing just sinks. The fact that season one was successful or well received at all, that was already like borderline impossible. Nobody had faith in it. I certainly didn't have any faith in it. I thought it was going to be cooked. I thought one of two things was going to happen. Um, either uh, either it would be a pleasant surprise, or it would just be like just an absolute disaster, and I would laugh my ass off at it and just heckle it. But as it is, it's actually looking okay. It looks like it's going to be good for season. I mean, they've already started shooting season 3, apparently. Which I guess makes sense. It is the natural conclusion to what's going to be going on in season 2. But, let's see. The next thing I want to check out. This is like the next big thing. This is kind of a big deal. What we're about to be checking out. Calm down. Okay. All right. You guys don't even know what's going on right now, right? So, here's the thing. I full screen the video we're about to watch, and that just made it like automatically start playing, and I had to pause it, but not before I heard like the first like 1 second of audio, and it's the City of Heroes login sound effect. So that was a pleasant little surprise. But yeah. So we're gonna be checking out Loki IRL from Pan Pizza, aka Rebel Taxi, and like other associates of his. But as far as I can tell, the project was like spearheaded by Pan Pizza. And anyone who's watched my introductory stream / video, you know that this like I'm a huge Rebel Taxi fan. I gotta watch almost anything that he comes out with because I just think that he is like bar none the best, greatest YouTuber. Uh, I love his content. I love his personality, uh, his humor, his presentation, everything about his like graphic design, his editing, uh, the tracks that he uses, like all the music that he curates as like the soundtrack for his whole channel. Like it is basically flawless. He is the best YouTuber in my opinion, and for almost as long as I can remember, he has been working on this whole passion project, Loki IRL. It's his own little animation that he's hoping is going to pop off. And so, like, who would I be as a bona fide Rebel Taxi fan if I did not give this a fair shake, right? I gotta get the word out for this because this guy's just awesome and he deserves to be like super duper successful. He's just awesome, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a watch. It's 31 minutes, 19 seconds. Let's go. That is loud. And yep, that's Loki. He's looking sick. I absolutely dig on that character design. He looks like Pimp Aku. Of course. Whoa. Oh, cool. Is that a Loki figure? Hold on. I gotta see that. I could go for a Loki figure. I could go for a pan pizza rebel taxi, anything really. Hold on a second. So these are our characters, huh? It's Bianca, Soul Bakshi, and Loki, Lowbrow Sinister. Sick. Absolutely sick. Yeah, was that the whole intro though? I thought Rebel Taxi talks smack about like cartoons that don't have intros. Man, this is so sick. It's like I can't say enough about how awesome this is. It's like every frame is just awesome and just filled with like really great design and art. I wonder, are there any like Easter eggs that I should be keeping my eye out for? Not any yet, but I will try to keep an eagle eye out. Nothing that I recognize. I seem to remember, and it's been a while, but I do seem to remember the like this initial action sequence being kind of debuted in a prototype form. Oh my gosh, it's Orbs 3D, and it's okay. Now I remember. I just remembered. So hold on a sec. Let's backtrack for a second. Uh, I'm gonna play this real quick, and you tell me what this sounds like, right? So apparently that like, and I asked Pan about this too, right? Like, what was that? Like 2022? I thought that it was the sound effect of Samus charging up her beam in Metroid Fusion. Apparently, this is a Sonic thing. This is Sonic charging up his spin dash in Sonic Adventure. But it sounds like Samus, doesn't it? It sounds like the charge beam. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Funny to me that Pan is voice acting two different main characters, like main cast members, I should say. That's cute. That's cute. I like the way they do the audience there. Oh my gosh. Pan Pizza is voicing three of these four characters we're looking at. Right now, like Loki in his I guess low key form. I don't even know if that pun is intended. He looks a lot like what does he look like? He either looks Russell from Gorillaz, or he looks like Ace from the Gang Green Gang when he had to cover for Russell. Or no, not Russell. Shoot, what? Why can I not remember the name of the bassist for Gorillaz? Oh my gosh, no, I gotta look this up because I don't. I'm totally blanking out on it right now. Russell was the drummer. Um, Murdoch. That was his name, Murdoch. I can't. I kick myself for getting that name wrong because I'm really like into gorillas. And it is, by the way, nice to just finally see Emily Vasquez animated. I assume that's this character's name. She's been around almost from the beginning. I'm pretty sure I've heard Pan say exactly that. That's a sick character. Man, this is so deep in there in the animation culture. Man, dang. That's a lot of Ecto Cooler. Game Splitters. Yeah, that place looks sick. Can I please just get like a video game that's just all this all the time? Like this is the presentation on this. As excellent as it is par for the course for Rebel Taxi. Like it's all awesome all the time. I wish I could get a video game like this. Yeah, not like that. is it's not like that at all right now, is it? No, not at all. Yeah, rotoscoping is. I suppose here's the thing about rotoscoping, right? Um, when it's done well, you don't notice it. That's kind of the way I feel about rotoscoping. When you do notice it, it is uncanny. I'm super not into it. Don't do it unless you can do it all the way. Smoother does not equal better. I think Sony and like whoever animated uh, K-pop Demon Hunters has figured that out at this point. Oh no! Hold on a second. Where have I heard that sound effect before? That sounds so familiar. Oh my gosh. The sound design of this is driving me crazy. Okay, hold on a second. Let me try it with my eyes closed. Oh, the sound effect sounds so familiar. Is that from like Custom Robo? I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's just go ahead and appreciate some of the iconography. Let's look for Easter eggs. Toon Juice, Splash Face, McDoggy, Kings of Hell, Yo Chat, Wave Surf, Trash, Sleeper, Girls. Okay, we just got a folder on the desktop that says Girls, Movie Rips, Emu, and we're on zzz.cvu.com slash wa slash met. Okay. And then we've got an ad for Scum Cola. It ain't healthy, it's just good. Problem. Hey, I feel that. Rasmus Best KOs and Mukbang Torture. Melee. True Origins of IRL Theory. Oh boy. Dang. Okay, hold on a second. We can't gloss over that. First off, this background feels familiar and not necessarily in a good way. So I heard that M. Strange worked on the soundtrack, but he might have worked on this in other ways. M. Strange, I believe, is the guy who was behind one of my most hated movies I'd ever seen called We Are the Strange, which is just so boring and slow and pointlessly avant-garde. And it's like the stereotypical indie movie. And I just absolutely hate it. And I'm sorry to say that. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not strange if you ever hear this, but I just absolutely hated that movie. But I'm glad that you worked on this. This is cool. You're doing good by me. And again, wow, like Loki's design is just so sick. It's funny that a guy who looks this cool is like supposed to be a loser. But I want to see some of the other characters they were up against. Like that's already great. Oh, it even gives their little names in the corner. So that's Clay Lita Battle Clay. That's very cute. Like hipster Gumby. Fuegoso Fire Sale. Oh, so this is from one of those people who do like the light paintings with like long exposure photos. They like wave the light sticks around, and dang, check out check out the baddie in the back with the rave wear. Daggone the the gorilla manimal paws are a vibe. We got Gambler Double Down. We got hold on. You're getting ahead of yourself. We got Silverado Silver Age. Okay. Toyetica Crane Claw. Oh, that's an adorable character design right there. Bun Bun Lopside. But daggone. That is some thigh meats right there. I got my eye on these background characters, okay? But they're going by super fast. I might have to go frame by frame. That looks like Frankie in the background. Slinger Soda Gin. Like a genie? Okay. Cryo Kill Streak. Oh, it's like Balls 3D, but it's ice cubes. Okay. Barcello Beach Spiker. But what looks like a living vinyl figure. Flesher Freehand. I didn't even see this character. This looks like a noise from The World Ends With You. That looks sick. Genji Giza Destroya. But what very much looks like a character from We Are the Strange. And it looks like that one little critter I see in Chainsaw Man. Never watched Chainsaw Man, by the way. But like leveled up to like a weird white collar worker, and then Battle Clay again. Sheesh. What am I look? Okay, hold on. No one told me we were going to have baddies in this. Jeez. Man, look, how's a character this cool looking getting iced on a regular basis? Oh, that's sick. So cool. Yo, they animated the hell out of this. Hold on a second. Is that. Oh my gosh, can they do that? Can they like team up? That seems unfair. Oh my gosh, she gave him the chair. The hibernation awakens. That's good. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Hold on a second, we're getting a breakdown here. Let me see that again. I was too caught up by the style. So, lowbrow, that's his like middle and last name. Graduated with no cash for college. That sounds familiar. Online fame. Wants to be a better artist for herself and to support her family. Too bad she's afraid what others think of her work. Level headed until she's fangirling over some cartoon no one's heard of. Loki is her IRL. Bianca wants him to be cool and outgoing. Everything she's afraid to be. Man. This is hitting a little close to home. Oh my gosh, all the skins too. Can we just appreciate that for a second? Okay, we've got the Frankie fit, the Powerpuff Girls fit, Shock, and also on the right we've got more. We got more stuff. Dang, there is so much to unpack in this. So many details. Loves neon pink drawing, goth girls, revenge fantasies, hates public speaking, TV cancellations, loneliness spelled incorrectly, medical bills, TV, The Simpsons. Would not have called her a Simpsons fan. Shocker Buddies, 2042. Powerpuff Girls, 98, of course. Like, no reboots around here. Drawn Together, fave movies, Cats Don't Dance. That's a wild pick. I used to love Cats Don't Dance as a little kid, by the way. I even remember watching it twice in a row once. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Disney Pixar's Gooch, 2049, and Freddy Got Fingered. Oh, hold on, I forgot to look at their different. Okay, there's Scum, there's Raven, there's. I don't know what that is. Favorite game, Simpsons Hit and Run re-simped for the Y box. Shocker Buddies Electric Chair Hoedown for the DS XO. Rakuga Kids redrawn for the PS7. Cell Damage 3 Systematic Tune Aside for the PS7. Favorite food, bubblegum raspas. Candy corn? Ugh. Scum Cola Lemon Lime Disease. And garlic pepperoni pizza. Okay. At least we got one of them. Look at the playlist too. Rebel Girl, but of course I'm gonna have to like listen to all these tracks now. Was not a fan of the Soul Child remix of 192000, honestly. Oh No by Marina and the Diamonds. I'm Alive by Becca. Rebel Girl by Bikini Kill. Okay. And of course, you gotta have like the Sony Spider-Man PlayStation font. Okay. Wow, hold on. What? Okay, IRLs have three names. 2/3 of the initials should be the same. It's trending in 2051. Their artists share color shades and are. Oh, did you hear that? You might not be able to hear it because my mic has like automatic noise canceling, but I think the thunderstorm might actually be back. Okay, we gotta do this. We gotta get through this before we lose power and or internet. IRL stand out from their human partner with sketchy outlines, neon colored skin, or just being in a different medium. Loki, lowbrow, sinister, Kali, Kakuto, Choji, and Rapido, Rushdown. Wow, some crazy references here. Harmony, Hydra Cool by Mr. Muda, CC Researcher. Wow. That's my thing, by the way, is any music that features in a Rebel Taxi video, I almost immediately have to go check it out because this taste of music is just so peak. Oh my gosh, it's Tiki Torch from the Justice Friends. These characters remind me of the Crust Twins. Oh boy. Special K. I feel like every time Loki opens his mouth, I feel like I'm just too close to this project because I can't hear anything other than Pan. No, 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 honey. Artists are not in the habit of not uploading embarrassing things. You gotta understand. Yeah. What? Okay. I don't know who these weird like ancient statue guys are, but I dig their fit. They feel like they could be enemies in like a Suda 51 game, like like Killer is Dead or something. Why do they look like they have one of the traps from Saw, but like done up all bougie? The short stack especially reminds me of like Tiff Crust from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Man, I don't know if this sounds weird, but I like the bumps in in Rebels videos. Oh boy, what do we got here? Davy Apollo and Frankie Muniz the third in Middle School Goes Middle Eastern. Coming this September, 12 Years a Spy. Operation Iraqi Beach Party. Oh my gosh! And there's so much. I'm gonna need to read that later because I can't even begin to grasp all of what's going on there. 12 Years a Spy is a sick name though. Wasn't there like a wasn't there like some sort of dumb kid spy movie with like Aaron Carter in it or whatever? Oh boy. We've we've got our main villain here. Oh my gosh. What am I looking at? The movement makes it and the fact that it's being played on like a DS, it makes it feel like it's supposed to be like The World Ends With You. I wonder, you know, I can't remember when this like project started. I think it might actually predate the Switch. Oh, this music sounds familiar. Why does this music sound so familiar? I suppose it's a good thing that I'm not playing this with the audio on. Containing 3 times more scum than competing soda, Scum Cola is the drink of the future. The future! Mixed by Augustus Melton after drunkenly consuming antifreeze in a local auto zone. Disappointed by the flavor and resulting medical bills, Augustus vowed to create an edible variant. Assembling corn syrup, glass powder, scum, and artificial scum. Scum Cola was created. First sold in the back of the van he slept in, Scum quickly went viral online. Dang, and it looks exactly like those old pods that you would load like laundry detergent into. Oh yeah, I'm vibing with this. I gotta check out the soundtrack for this. All this Mighty Magistort stuff going on. Mm. Another sick track. Gangreno. Gangringo. Shortly after its creation, Scum Call became widely popular online, yet was not FDA approved. After, hey, ain't stopped nobody before, right? I mean, again, like Tide Pods. After food shortages caused by the Scorpion Wars, the FDA were forced to greatly reduce their safety standards. This, along with Scum's viral fame, led to mass production in stores everywhere. Scum continued to rise thanks to it being cheaper than bottled water somehow. That, that is a scary thought. Since then, poor territories and trendy, rich influencers rely on Scum to eat and cook. Cook? What do you mean by cook? He's got his mighty Magisword ready. There's another member of the Gangrene Gang. Okay. Oh, what? You don't dig the mashup Powerpuff Girls / Invader Zim vibe? Oh, no, 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 no. We're not gonna rush past like we didn't see what we just saw. Damn, his left arm became right in between shots. Damn it. Wait, did it? Hey, man, he moves too fast for the human eye. That's what it is. Loki just too fast for us. We got to keep up. Would have never noticed if he hadn't mentioned that. By the way, this music sounds like something from Psychonauts. Now the real Invader Zim character pulls up. Loki's got this. Oh boy, what is this? Oh, that's sick. You know, that reminds me of the line of action. It reminds me of Gunko's powers in One Piece. Dang. Man. That's okay. Loki works better from behind. He got this. Watch him come from behind. Dang, Bianca's so weak. She better rise up soon. We only got like 6 more minutes in the video. This track is pretty sick. This sounds like something from Venture Brothers. Oh boy, here we go. I see a Powerpuff Girl in the background, or something vaguely resembling a Powerpuff Girl. I gotta keep my eyes out for these Easter eggs. There was like a scroll looking creature in the back. There's that City of Heroes sound effect again. I wonder if there's any original music for that. I imagine there is. They said they got people to work on the soundtrack. I assume it's all original, actually. I don't think they licensed any music. I'm not even sure if you can get away with that, right? I just heard a Powerpuff Girls sound effect. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, those outfits are wild. Water 2. Oh my gosh, finally the sequel to Water came out. This is cute. And say, oh, look at the background. Like the sky isn't just the sky. It's like a fabric or something. That was sick. That was really good. I'd even dare to say that it lived up to the hype. Created by Pan Pizza. It's funny that he credits himself as Pan Pizza, just straight up. Stephanie Vasquez is themselves. Emily Vasquez is herself. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, dude. Marauder Midas Touch. Oh, that guy. Okay. I'm not sure I ever caught his name. After credits guy Mike Pollock. Why does that name sound familiar? Animation by all these sick dudes. Coloring by even more sick dudes. And the music, JER, A Message to My Future Self. I gotta check this out too. Brutalica Broodwitch, that was the character's name. My gosh. Shout out to everybody who worked on this because it absolutely like the effort shows. Mostly made in Neo Lone Star, Texas, Sector 956. An optimal view of the future considering Texas is trying to ban anime right now. Hey, that rumor was actually true, partially funded by Adult Swim. That's sick. Wow. One rotoscope model was harmed in the making of this pilot. Oops. Oh, hold on a second. I ain't gonna just skim past the special thanks. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way. Come on. Special thanks. Tony Gendy. Mike Lazo. The other string guys, I don't know them. Vivzy Elvis, the Mondo twins. Well, like, the Mondo twins. Family slash friends, but that's obvious. That knife guy that let me live. All believers of Jesus Christ except Rexy. Nexium pills. Any chick that doesn't love me back. The Ukraine. Yandere 3000. Platonic physical affection. Little baby geckos that re. Tokay geckos, Tony Hawk, and you. No thanks to every toll booth in America. And the Patreon supporters, naturally. Okay, what we got now? Oh my gosh, I'm absolutely ravenous to like know. Like, I gotta check out all the tracks in this animation now. Because they are all sick. Oh, it's this guy. And like a weird version of Loki. Okay, nope. Did not mean to click on that. I don't even know what I clicked on. But yeah, that was awesome. That was sick. There's also this, which had been recommended to me before, and then just one day I felt like checking it out. It's The Red Eclipse by Insane Incorporated, who has only come out with 2 videos. This is not new by any means. This is from 2 years ago. And honestly, I kick myself for not checking it out sooner because this is sick. Let's go. The Red Eclipse. That's cool. I like the atmosphere. It's like Batman, but sketchier. That's cool. Man, these character designs are so freaking out there. I don't think I don't think it's too much of a guessing game to figure out what my favorite character design in this. By the way, man, she looks nuts. The way she moves is insane. And Psychopath built like a fridge with a flower pot on it. How many shirts does that guy have on? Oh my gosh, that guy got the nasty ass turkey neck. And he got the Cal Arts round teeth. Blob, why did he do that? Hold on a second. His little oh my gosh, his little I never noticed this before. His handkerchief says something, but I can't make it out. Can I read that? That's such a tiny little Sir. That's such a tiny little Easter egg. I can't even make it out. Oh my gosh. And Cyclopath looks absolutely tilted over that. Vapulate him? Okay, hold on a second. I'd never actually looked this up. What does vapulate mean? Vapulate definition. To beat or whip. I'm not gonna lie, vapulate sounded like way more intense than that. I thought it meant like put him in a vortex or something. I like that. I like the way that his arm just disappears. I like that. I like what Blob does with his eyes in this scene here. Sick, of course. Reminds me of Ori from again We Are the Strange. And oh boy, here we go. So yes, I have actually watched this before. By the way, this gets oh, I don't have it pulled up. There you go. So this gets gruesome, by the way, in case you can't tell. And then for some reason in the background, Hit the Road Jack by Ray Charles plays. How does that work? How do they make a gun with paper? I feel like I'm watching Read or Die all of a sudden. What is it about characters with paper powers that makes them so overpowered? She just pulled the diced mochi move that Katakuri does. And now she's fighting with all her limbs at once, like General Grievous. Jeez. This animation is nuts. Jeez. Okay. That's intense. Yeah, and I like how Encyclopath is actually down for the way Origami absolutely cooked all his minions. Like he got what he asked for and he was happy for it. Such a simple plot, but totally effective. And of course, the end credits have to be equally stylish. Verdict, Lady L. Lady L in particular sounds like a villain from Duck Tracy. Aviv Jacoby. And yeah, that was 2 years ago. I don't know if there's actually planned to be more. I guess I should go ahead and check this person out on social media and see if they got anything else cooking. Dang. Ooh, you think Origami's trying to make a wish come true? Because if you fold like what was it, like 100 or 1,000 paper cranes or something, then your wish is supposed to come. Whatever. I wonder if like even one other person on the planet remembers that one story that we were forced to read in like elementary school or middle school or whatever about the kid with leukemia who tries to cure leukemia by folding 1,000 paper cranes, which I tragically never learned how to do. It was way too hard for me. So yeah, that's again Red Eclipse by Insane Inc. Incorporated. And Loki IRL by Rebel Taxi. As always, go and support the originals because this is some sick animation right here. And I think the one other thing that I wanted to check out was I wanted to talk about more Last Airbender stuff because I've been cooking. Like I said, I was going to work more on my own fan made set, and so I've got a little bit of that going on. A little bit. Still needs more work, but let's see if I can just. Because last time we just talked about the Water Tribe, right? And so now I've been working on the my own Air Nomads archetype. So I thought, like real quick, I should have had this like ready before stream, but I haven't been feeling well today. So, oh my head. I've been getting a headache lately. I've been having trouble. Um, because we got more tech fails to talk about. I guess we'll go ahead and just talk about this real quick while I get this ready. So my computer's really struggling with like playing City of Heroes on this screen and then trying to play YouTube on this screen over here, where it just like it can't keep up. It keeps freezing on me, and it's really, really irritating. So that's bad. But I also, I don't know if I talked about this on stream before, but I was trying to play around with like LED strips to illuminate um, under my desk, as well as like this little shelf right here where I got my retro consoles and also my new end table. Tried to set that up, and it turned out to be a total scam because they give you these little connectors, right? And they say, oh, you can just, you can snip it and cut it down to size, and then you can reconnect it, and it just makes the electricity go. It powers the whole thing, and you have to do that, right? Because like you can't like just run one whole LED strip through the whole space, right? And I had like 100 feet of the stuff. So what happens when, say, I wanna scoot this because I want to rearrange some stuff, or because I just want to clean, and it's like, oh no, wait, you can't do that because it's entangled with every other piece of furniture in the room. You can't do that. So you have to have breaks in the LED strip that you can undo when you need to move stuff. And that was the plan, but the electricity doesn't doesn't make it all the way through the conductor. So the first few like dozen or so LEDs will light up the way they're supposed to. And then the rest are so dim. They're just these struggling little candle flickers. You can't even really tell that they're on unless you're like looking directly at them. It sucks. It's terrible. Absolutely hate it. So I just settled for tearing the whole thing down, throwing it away. Maybe I should have just waited like a few months so that I could pick up some cheap Christmas lights, because that probably would have worked better. But I don't know. I really don't think I did anything wrong. I think they were just cheap Walmart brand LEDs. I really want to try again, but I don't know how. They were working better when they were plugged in over here, like into a proper power strip. Because what I wound up doing was I've got the power strip under this desk here that all the important stuff connects to, and then I've got another little connector here that's built into my end table that is plugged into the power strip. So it's going from the socket through the power strip, from the power strip into the ports in the end table, and then from there into the LED strip. And I guess that was one step too many, because when it was plugged in over here, it was fine. That was perfectly okay, but I don't want to do that, because you'd see, like, I got my shelves here, and so trying to worm my way down in here to operate that. Because I keep that power strip switched off. Because, like, the port that's right here, like, under my window, that has two power strips jacked into it, and I'm trying not to draw too much power, so I keep that strip. I keep this one strip turned off, and then the one with like all the lights and stuff, and the fan, that stays on. But that's like all the way down there, and like I don't know, man. It's just dumb. Like if I can't plug it in like right here, then I don't even want to bother at all. So I don't really know what to do about that. It just seems really annoying. That's gonna take a lot of finagling. I'm gonna try and get some more LEDs that are hopefully better, and just hope that it works this time, and try to place them better too, because that was a mess. It was a lot of Scotch tape involved, because Scotch tape is weak sauce, not very sticky at all, not good for adhering things that are hanging upside down. So back to what I was doing before. Let's see. Okay. Because I want to do like I did before, with the like compare and contrast going on. So that's what I was going to do. Is just reach in here. And there you go. Save. And by the way, another like tech fail. A couple tech fails. One that is really annoying is saving something and finding out that it's in WebP format. Because the problem with WebP is that it is simultaneously a format that everyone uses and a format that no one uses. Like, people keep using it, but almost none of my programs can actually open WebP files. So I have to save them, open them up in Paint, save them again as JPEGs or PNGs or whatever, and then I can actually use them in my projects, and it's very, very annoying. And then the other thing, this is part annoying, part funny. I have several pairs of Bluetooth headphones, because I like to have at least one pair charged at all times, so I can use one and then keep the others charged, and then just kind of swap out on the fly. But there was this one pair of earbuds I was using that would involuntarily connect to my phone, and there was just no way to get them to stop, because they would connect while they were inside the charging case when they're supposed to be inert and not able to connect at all. So they would just connect, and there was no way to disconnect without, going into the menu on my phone. And then they would just reconnect. So I had to resort to literally physically destroying them. Like, I could unpair them, but if they're just going to keep reflexively trying to pair with my phone anytime that they're, if they're going to keep reflexively, uh, connect to my phone anytime that they're paired, then like, what's the point? Might as well just, smash them to bits, rip out the batteries, and throw the whole thing in the trash. So that was obnoxious. But okay, I think we might be ready to start looking at the project that I've been cooking up. Just about. Let me get a little swig of this. So yeah, my going back to my fan-made Last Airbender set that I'm trying to cook up before Wizards comes out with their own. Last time we talked about the differences in like their Water Tribe archetype versus my Water Tribe archetype. Theirs is more about it's more about Convoke, like their weird new version of Convoke, where you got these activated abilities and a different like creatures and artifacts and stuff can pitch in on that. Whereas my Water Tribe was more like theirs was mostly like white and blue and maybe green. Mine was white, blue, black, and it was more about doling out tons and tons of counters. +1/+1, -1/-1, stun counters, tapping creatures down. Like if I could go over to Twee Law, right? This is a nice little microcosm of what I got going on with my Water Tribe archetype. So lots of different counters, lots of payoffs for having lots of counters on the board, lots of proliferate, all that kind of thing. And then you've got the air nomads, and I'm honestly kind of having trouble locking on to what the overall theme for the air nomads is even supposed to be, because it's not obvious to me. Like if I could just if I can just skim real quick, like what are they trying to go with? Like, so they've got airbending, right? And it's like the newfangled O-ring effect where it just kind of like temporarily holds cards ransom, right? Like this right here. When the Last Airbender enters airbend up to 1, you exile it. While it's exiled, the owner may cast it for 2 rather than its max. So just like a little tax on their stuff. And timing rules still apply. So if you airbend and like any permanent that doesn't have flash, basically, they're just sidelined for the duration of your turn. And that's their big thing. Mine is more about when you draw your second card, which is something that I think they tried back in Streets of New Capenna, which, again, I kind of tried to learn from the successes and failures of Streets of New Capenna when cooking up this set. So just Air Acolyte, real basic. Unfortunately, I don't have art for this yet, but whenever you draw your second card each turn, Air Acolyte gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And a 1 mana 2/3, that's hard to turn down. I mean, it's not 2/3 all the time, but assuming you can keep your second card draw action consistent, that's good. There's also an enchantment theme, specifically for having a variety of enchantments. So right here, this is a reanimation effect. It's a white version of reanimation that only works on legendary creatures. I feel like that works thematically, and it gets a discount for each name among enchantments you control. And playing into that is the Essence of Insight, Essence of Will, these types of cards. You'll notice I came up with a new subtype of enchantments called chakras. And these are based on, the end of season 2 idea that was introduced about the chakras. about unlocking them through meditation and achieving enlightenment and that kind of thing. So you've got these seven different enchantments, and they all kind of work together. So Essence of Insight, that's the 6th chakra, right? So it says, at the beginning of your upkeep, each player draws a card. If you control 6 or more chakras with different names, you draw 2 cards instead, and other players draw none. I just decided to squeeze in a little bit of reminder text to clarify. I wasn't sure if it, read well. But that's the idea. The idea mainly is to look for all your chakras, and you fuel that strategy through card draw, and the card draw has its own payoffs. And all these essences, these chakras, almost all of them are common. They're cheap. They're easy to get into play, and they all give you value right away that I think is substantial. Because this is your win condition, right? You're waiting for all 7 chakras to show up. We've got Lost Days, which is a little expensive for an O-ring effect, but it does let you scry, which goes well with card draw. That's your classic peanut butter and jam right there, your card draw. Master Airbender, which do we have? Do we have a Monk Gyatso card yet, or do we not have that? It seems like we don't. And this still has cards from last time. But this is like weenie-based card draw, and there are a fair number of like weenie humans in this set. Like the very next card, Master's Tutelage, which, as you can see, these are 2 cards based on the same scene. So this one is a lesson where you just airbend something and then draw a card. This gives you a couple monk tokens that plays into the Master Airbender card. And no, that was from last time. It'd be nice if I could organize based on the intended archetype. But then we got Self-Isolation, which I don't have the art yet, but it is based on this scene where Aang kind of isolates himself to try and abandon his earthly attachments, right? So their idea was an Izzet coded lesson that is like a weird rummage effect. Whereas this is life gain that gets powered up by, your second card matters effects. And let's see what else we got. So Appa, he is not a legendary creature card, not on his own, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. But here's what they came up with for Appa. See if I can scroll back. So they've got 2 different versions of Appa. One that's like spot removal. He's got flash, and then he airbends something. And you can conceivably airbend your own stuff to get tokens. So they've actually got these little weenie tokens going on too. They've got allies. I have humans. And then another one that they came up with was Aang's companion, flying, and whenever he attacks another target attacking creature without flying, gains flying until end of turn. And hey, look what I came up with. I've got almost the exact same thing, actually. Keep in mind, I did not read these cards. I did not have these cards open in brain brainstorming on my own. How would I make a Last Airbender set? And it's crazy to see the overlap going on here. So yeah, like mine has higher power, but it then comes with the restriction that you can only give flying to something with lesser power. And it's strange to me that they even make the distinction like another target attacking creature without flying. This only works during attacking, by the way. This is like attacking or blocking. But this says target attacking creature without flying gains flying. Like, obviously, you're going to give flying to something that doesn't already have it. That seems like a bizarre distinction and just like unnecessary text. Why would you give flying to something that already has it? I don't get it. So yeah, we did agree that Sky Bisons should cost 4 and have 4 toughness though. Like if we go back to the other one, yeah, like wow, that is my that's my power toughness line exactly. Yeah, mine is super common though. How common is this? This is uncommon. Okay, wow, lots of overlap. Wow. So in blue for Air Nomads, I've got Airball Player. And I'm not sure if this would be considered overpowered. Like a 1-mana creature, it's a 1/1, so nothing to write home about. But it has like a sabotage draw effect, and also a thing where if you have another Airball Player, you can tap that one to make this one unblockable. Which I don't know how easy this is going to be to set up, but you could conceivably have some guaranteed damage and card draw this way. I think it's designed pretty fairly. And we've got the Elder Council, which I don't know. Did they make that card? I don't think they did. No. So this, obviously, we've got a lot of monks in the Air Nomads. So my design is it's got high toughness, and then you can tap 5 untapped monks you control to draw 3 cards. And he's rare, so pretty powerful, I think. Like that kind of repeatable card draw that you could like use at the end of your opponent's turn. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty fair, I think, for 5 mana. We've got Elephant Koi. They also have Elephant Koi, except for some reason they just call them Giant Koi. And very different creatures we've devised here. So they've got like, okay, so we've both got like evasive creatures with high toughness, but mine is relatively cheap and not at all special. And then theirs is expensive and has an absolutely huge body. And it has island cycling. So similar but different. Essence of Will, as previously discussed. I'm not sure if this one is too powerful or not powerful enough. I don't know. Because it costs 1 mana to play, and then with this, you can untap target creature. You know what? What would help me assess this? What if I just go ahead and look up, like, how much is Icy Manipulator? That's a card that costs 4 like 4 of any color. You pay 1 mana of any color, and then you tap it to tap target artifact, creature, or land. This is an untap effect, though. Wait, I thought Icy Manipulator could untap. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking of Voltaic Key. Cost 1, pay 1, and tap it to untap target. You know what? This is fair. And then it has another thing where you can untap up to 3 target creatures, but you can only do it if you've got 3 or more chakras with different names. And again, this is supposed to be kind of hard to pull off. I don't know if it is, because like you can only load up your deck with so many chakras before you just leave yourself wide open to attack because you don't have enough creatures. I even considered making the chakras legendary because I'm worried about what it would be like to have more than one of these in play at one time. But I think they're balanced enough to where you could conceivably like get away with playing a bunch of them at once and not just be totally broken. That would take some play testing, I think. Now I've got Flying Lemur, which is and I closed that. I didn't mean to close that, but let's see. So again, not a legendary creature. Mine is blue, costs 1. It's a 0/1 with flying, but when it attacks and isn't blocked, you get the loot. Whereas they've got 2 versions of Momo. One is actually kind of expensive, but it has 1 power, and of course it flies. And when he enters, he deals 4 damage to target tapped creature an opponent controls. Does that seem nuts? Like how much havoc is Momo wreaking? I can't imagine Momo as like a big damage dealer. Very strange creative decision. This, I think, is more close to what I was going for. 1 mana, 1 toughness. He's got 1 power. He flies. But he's got like weird flying creature synergy. Yeah, he discounts flyers. And he like buffs himself. Like now, I imagine the Flying Lemur being a creature that just stays small all the time and is super cheap. Interesting decision. Run like the wind. I gotta find some art for this one, but it's got some scrying. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Strong headwinds, where it's an unsummon effect, but it gets extra spicy if you drew a second card. Timely interference. So counter spells, right? I always felt like the basic counter spell was perfectly balanced, and my my like AI tracking is like acting up again. So like, can I get it to stop, please? Right. Thank you. Very annoying. I thought if I didn't, I thought if I didn't download the proprietary software that it wouldn't do that. But okay, I guess I gotta download it and hope that it doesn't cause problems, because that's what happened with the other one. So counterspells, right? I always thought the just like basic original counterspell was perfectly balanced, and like I don't get why Wizards keeps acting like it was super busted. So I've got this one, Timely Interference. It's costed like cancel, but then it's costed cheaper than counterspell if you drew 2 or more cards this time, this turn. So I think that's nice. And then we've got our first green cards. Airblades, destroy a target creature with flying, draw a card. A lot of the toolkit that you're used to in green. We've got this, which is like a weird take on Rancor. Unlike Rancor, which is an enchantment, this is like a sorcery that you can play over and over again. Bison Tamer. More second card matters effects where you get to dole out +1 counters. Energy Trace, we've got a nice little tutor here. Essence of Survival. This is the first chakra, and so it doesn't have like special synergy with how many different chakras you have in play, but it does have a feature that helps you guarantee that you get the chakras you're looking for. So you can cast this for either 1 green or 2 colorless, so it will always be possible to play this. And it's got a little bit of life gain. Because green life gain isn't supposed to be too potent. And then this bit where you can return chakra cards from your yard to your hand. So you don't get them for free, but you're almost guaranteed that you're not going to lose them. I've even considered like adding an effect where like if these would hit the graveyard, they would get shuffled back into your library. The Essence of Survival does. Mountain Baker. We've got a little bit of food going on in this set. I'm going to have to hash that out. But I like this. So 1 mana, like all toughness. On your second draw, you get some food. Simple effect. Just something to help keep you in the game. That's really what this is about. Airbenders are really like control-y. They're about stalling so that you can get all of your chakras out and then win that way. If you gotta go on the offense, though, we do have some combat tricks like this Outrageous Outburst, where it's like Giant Growth, but with a card draw bolted onto it. You know, little cantrip action. Spiritual Companion. This is something I whipped up just based on the concept that the Avatar always has like an animal friend. So this is like a stand-in for like Roku's Dragon Fang, as well as Appa. And that's reflected in the design where whenever a legendary creature enters under you, you get to put this guy like right on the battlefield. And of course, when he enters, you get a +1 counter. So a little extra goodness there. And then, of course, Whirlwind. I came up with my own card called Whirlwind Run originally that had the exact same, mana cost and the same effect and the same card type, only for me to realize that there was already a card very much like that right here. Check it out. Whirlwind. Costs the exact same sorcery, destroy all creatures with flying. That was crazy. That was crazy that I almost like perfectly recreated an existing Magic card. This should probably be like more rare though. There you go. So here's your Appa and Momo. Remember what I was saying before about how Twee and Law, if I can dredge those up, how they're part of their own little cycle? Well, here's the next one. You got these creatures that are like X and Y, Twee and Law. Well, now we've got Appa and Momo. So there's 3/5, Flying, Vigilance, Bison, Legendary Bison Lemur. And they've got a neat little loot effect, like a sabotage loot effect. And considering they're rare and legendary, I think they're pretty fairly costed. Maybe, I don't know. Should it cost 1 more? Just like 1 more? Nah, that's fine. I'll leave it the way it is. I think that's fair. And the same way that they've got like a bunch of different versions of Aang, I have a lot of different versions of Aang too. Because again, the idea is like for the main cast, if I can go back to like Katara for a bit, like I have different versions of the characters based on like the 3 different books. So this is like Katara from book 1, and then let's see, Master Katara from like book 2, and then Katara the Bloodbender from book 3. And they have like different colors to represent the different aspects of each character. So for Aang, like book 1 Aang, the boy in the iceberg. And like I was saying before, I tried to come up with cards that were based on like names of episodes. Like every episode has a card based on it. So we've got the like season 1, episode 1, the boy in the iceberg. 2-2 human avatar. You just pay a little Boros, and you got a flyer that taps when he enters, and to kind of reflect, the way that's like he disappeared for 100 years, and the whole reason he disappeared in the first place was because he was like running away from his problems. Well, we've got an effect that kind of represents that. So, on your second card draw, you get to blink him or flicker him, whatever you want to call it, and naturally that means you get to bring him in untapped, and you get his little ETB again. I like that design. We've got Essence of Love. This is kind of what I'm trying to go with for all the different chakras. Is I want to like get screenshots of all the different little scenes they have that are like color coded for each chakra. And I'm afraid that I like accidentally almost turned on the AI tracking again. So this doles out +1 counters, and then you get a whole bunch more if you control 4 more chakras with different names. This effect is a little scary. I'm still thinking maybe I should make these legendary so that you can't just have a whole ridiculous number of these effects all firing at once. Essence of Pleasure lets you play additional lands, and if you have 2 or more chakras with different names, you get like an Amulet of Vigor effect. Essence of Truth gives you hexproof. And I had to include the reminder text because apparently they decided that hexproof should not be a mainstay in Magic the Gathering. They decided it should be like a deciduous keyword, which I don't like. I liked having hexproof around. But I was a big Innistrad fan. Now, if you have 5 or more chakras with different names, other permanents you control have hexproof, and that is a great way to like keep all your chakras in play and keep your opponent from just like picking apart your strategy. And here we go. This is the big one, right? This is your win con, Essence of Understanding. It's based on the 7th chakra. Costs Bant to play. Its base effect is that you can just play chakras from your hand for free if they don't have the same name as a chakra you control or another chakra spell you control. So no like cheating in a whole bunch of like copies of the same chakra by like trying to play them all at once. Because this also checks for names of spells. But still, like, if you can lead with this somehow and just dole out free chakras all the time, that's pretty sick. Suddenly you've got all these devastating effects coming in for cheap. And then, of course, the big one. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 7 or more chakras with different names, you win. Just straight up, you win. Because you've achieved enlightenment. Like you don't have to win the battle. You've already won at life. Like, you've achieved a higher, like, state of mind. And to help you even more in finding out your chakras, I also have Guru Patik, who has special chakra synergy. When this creature enters, and whenever you draw your second card each turn, You can search for a chakra, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. And then he's got epic toughness and 0 power, because that's his thing. Now we've got another version of Aang. This is straight up just called The Last Airbender. He costs Bant to play. He's a 3/3 flyer. When he enters, you tap a creature and stun it. He doesn't have like a built-in blink effect, but he has this really sick sabotage effect where you get to scry 3. I think that's pretty awesome. So let's just to do like a little like comparison. So this is their Last Airbender. He just costs white. He has 1 less toughness, costs 1 more mana. He flies. He gets to like temporarily exile something, and then he has a weird little lesson synergy where he gets lifelink until end of turn, which is kind of weird. I don't know about all that. And they've got another one in here somewhere, at least one more. Avatar Aang. I do have my own Avatar Aang card in the works that does cost like 4 colors. So it's not ready to go yet, but I will do a little like comparison, like a little compare and contrast when it's ready to go. But there is also Aang Airbending Master. And this, it's more airbending, more temporary exiles. And then it's got this where it's like whenever something you control bounces or blinks or whatever, you get experience. And then on upkeep, you get like a little like token payout for the experience you've earned. And he's pretty expensive. 5 mana for a 4/4. He doesn't fly. I did not pick up on that. Like, in the art, he doesn't have his glider. I guess that makes sense. But, I don't know. Just weird. I never envisioned a version of Aang that doesn't fly. Very strange. But all the different versions of Aang, they're all white, right? So, I got that right. Coding him as white, not blue. He can have blue in him, but he's mainly supposed to be white. Let's see, what else we got? I should actually talk about this a bit. Because after showcasing Pakku before, I went ahead and tweaked him. I changed his name to where his name is more unique. And I also gave him a little side of scrying going on because, it's actually a secret archetype that's based on scrying in this set that Pakku's a part of. He's secretly not actually Water Tribe. You can play him in Water Tribe if you want, but he's actually part of a different archetype that will be revealed later. As is Tattoo Artist. This is supposed to be based on, Air Nomad tattoo artists, but I couldn't find like a screenshot of what an actual Airbender tattoo artist looks like, so I just went with this guy instead. And so it's supposed to be based on the idea that the tattoos confer mastery. So this dude, like, he gives you the tattoos, and the tattoos are like a buff that also like lets you scry. So again, he plays into the scrying, like, hidden 11th archetype going on here. And then the White Lotus Ritual, which lets you scry. Or you may be picking up on what the secret extra archetype is in my set, and my little fan-made set here. So this is very much based on Reveal to Light, or not Reveal to Light, what's it called? Bring to Light, where it's a 5-mana Simic sorcery that plays off of how many different colors of mana you spend on it. This lets you scry X, gain X life, and add X mana in any combination of colors equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast the spell. So if you can get all 5 colors going, this is a hefty payout. We've got this. So they went ahead and memed on people with like the airbender enthusiasts. And then this is like my sister card to that. Where for like Boros, I said Boros, it's Azorius. Azorius like hybrid mana and one other. You get to untap a creature, tap a creature, and draw. Which I think is pretty cool and pretty fairly costed. We've actually, I should go back and show you guys the. Oh, so that just crashed. So let me try and fire that up again. That was upsetting. Yeah, please open that again. All right, can we do this? Can we not freak out? Okay, there we go. So let's try this again. So I brought back battles again. You don't remember battles, right? This is the like hype new card type that they try to push, and all will be one, or all R1 or whatever it was called, and then it never showed up again. Didn't even show up in Lord of the Rings, a setting famous for its battles. So that was pretty dumb. So I brought it back in my fan-made Final Fantasy sets. And I've been playing around with different types of battles, because originally all battles were sieges, where it's kind of like giving yourself a pinata to hit. It's a permanent that you control, but your opponent defends. And they're supposed to not let you hit it, because if you do, then you get stuff for it. My fan-made Final Fantasy set featured encounters, where they were much more traditional. You controlled them. They were on your side, and they would give you like a passive buff, and your opponents could attack them. But when they died, you got to pick one of 2 modes that would give you like one last little benefit to playing them. So whether they lived or died, they would generate value. Now I have a new battle subtype called Assault. So this one is a little interesting. I was going to call them melees, but then I found out that melee was already keyworded. So Assaults, any player may attack an assault, including its controller. When they do, each other player may protect it. So on any player's combat phase, they can assign attackers to the assault. And when they do, each player in order of priority can choose to assign blockers on behalf of the assault. So you can actually have multiple players all blocking on behalf of this one permanent. And I even considered like adding a bit of reminder text that says that assaults have no controller, but I thought that just made it like more needlessly complex. So whatever. And yeah, the way assaults are designed is as long as they're around each combat, players can kind of choose what kind of benefit they want out of the assault. They can choose to attack it and get something out of it, or they can choose to protect it and get something out of it. But obviously, it's supposed to benefit the person who plays it the most, because it by its design will play into whatever strategy its controller is trying to run. So let's say you try to attack the assault. Whenever one or more defense counters are removed from this battle, the player whose turn it is may draw that many cards, then discard a card. So you can pop off with some like epic looting if you're able to sock this assault in the face. And that should be pretty easy for the Water Tribe because they've got a bit of evasion going on. But if you choose to protect it, then you get this nice little bit where you gain 2 life for each creature you assign as a blocker. Which, again, it's Water Tribe, so they're going to have a lot of evasion going on. And it's not going to always be easy to assign blockers. So you shouldn't have to worry too much about giving your opponent an advantage with this assault. So I thought this would be an interesting card design. Probably because I think I might actually appreciate and respect battles more than Wizards. I think they make for some interesting design space. But also, like, part of the assaults isn't just about just like, like very narrow-mindedly just playing into whatever strategy you got. It just kind of like shakes things up. It gives all the players in the game new priorities and like little side quests they can go on, where they can choose to invest in whether or not this assault still stays on the field. And they can kind of get what they want from it. I imagine this type of card would be really popular in, say, Commander, which is a very political game. It's filled with like group hugs and collusion and all that kind of thing. Lots of bartering, lots of economy. So something like this where different players can get different things from it, I think would be interesting. Be a good way of setting the stage for like some really strange and interesting stuff going on. But moving on, we've got the Bison Whistle. It's a repeatable creature tutor, so you pay X and tap an untapped human you control to search for a non-artifact, non-human creature card worth as much as you paid for the effect or less. And then you get to reveal it and then put it in your hand and then shuffle. So that's pretty... That might actually be a little too powerful. I might want to like up the cost of that. Because just being able to like nab that... You know what the problem is? This is the problem. I forgot to make it so that you also have to tap it. Because no way would you want to just be able to do this over and over and over again to tutor up tons and tons of like super cheap creatures. Now I've got the... before I showcase this, I should showcase the Nomad Glider. Pretty simple. It just gives you flying, but you can... Okay, it just crashed again. Because I accidentally right-clicked on something. So let me fix that again. Please don't be like this. Okay, so like I was saying, this is a basic equipment that gives flying. Might be a little more expensive than you'd be willing to pay for an equip effect, but that's because on your second card draw, you just get to attach it for free. And notice that if you are somehow able to draw 2 cards on an opponent's turn, then you can attach this at instant speed for like a surprise flying blocker. The Dragon Glider is a little different. More reasonably costed, gives a buff on top of the flying. And its little second card draw payoff is that it gives you food. because it has a snack compartment in it, if you remember that from the Day of Black Sun episode. Other colorless colors, colorless colors, other colorless cards filed under the Airbunder. I think it might be time to wrap up this stream because I'm starting to stumble and fumble. I ran out of drink. So we got Master's Talisman. That's this very macabre screenshot here. Whenever an enchantment enters under your control, draw a card. Very basic. Maybe a little too basic. I'm going to try and punch up the design for this to make it a little more interesting. Because I want it to be about... what if I made it like this? Whenever an enchantment enters under your control, if it doesn't share a name with an enchantment you already control, draw a card. There. And now, with that restriction, I can cost this a little more efficiently. Just a little more. Because I don't want to pop off super crazy with like tons and tons of card draw. There we go. And we've got Air Temple. So their way of doing Southern Air Temples was kind of strange. I get why they would want to make them shrines, but like shrines in the context of MTG is weird because they're not lands, they're enchantments. The fact that this is not a land in any way is absolutely bizarre to me. But yeah, it does the shrine thing where it synergizes with how many shrines you've got. Mine is just way more straightforward. So you can see right here, this is legendary. It specifically says Southern Air Temple. And I imagine they'll come out with 3 other legendary enchantment shrines based on the other 3 temples. Mine I just called Air Temple, and it's not legendary because I think the concept of the 4 different air temples just naturally slides into Magic the Gathering. Rule of 4, you can only have 4 copies of any one land. So, like, that just kind of naturally worked itself out in terms of flavor. It's non-basic land. You can tap it for white, or you can pay 2 and 1 blue and tap it, and tap an untapped creature with flying you control to draw a card. And for a land, a card you get to play for free and is a very resilient permanent type, I think that's a very fairly costed, repeatable card draw effect. And that'll do it for our look at the Air Nomad archetype, their official version versus my fan-made version. So before we end stream, just a few things that I wanted to talk about. Next stream I was planning on doing a painting stream, and I might still do that, might not. I can't decide because I've recently had a very strange specimen fall into my lap. But before I go into detail about this, I got to tell you another story. So unfortunately, the camera's tilted a little too far down. Or it's a little. Can I scoot this over and get this a little more? Okay, and then focus. I got to do my little Rayman hand thing to get it to focus. But now I'm super low. Can I jack up my chair here? Whoa. Okay. All right. Let me get my mic up here. Ooh, I'm not used to this. So yeah, the I'm not good with like mirrored uh, images. So my little blue mana symbol neon sign up here, I got that from a local shop, and I just recently found out that not only do they sell those signs, but they also make them, or they're in association with someone who makes them. I'm not entirely clear myself, but it got me thinking. What if? What if I could get a custom sign for the channel? So that's kind of what I'm in talks with them about right now, is getting a special sign made. And when I went to go see them, they had some other little knickknacks for sale, and that leads me to what I've got on me right now. It's the Incredible Hulk, not the Christopher. Don't wait. Who even did that? Like, I don't even remember who did that. The Incredible Hulk. The 2008. Dang. I remember that being like '06 or something. Like maybe, yeah, no. I remember this being really old. But yeah, I guess it did come out after Iron Man, so like I don't know why I'm surprised by that. But yeah, this is the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk. Uh, rather, it's not. Like, this is not the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk. This is like a completely different thing from 2003. So that would be right around the time that the last Hulk movie came out. Yeah, 2003. That was when Ang Lee's Hulk came out. And so I guess this was supposed to capitalize on the popularity of the of Ang Lee's Hulk. Yeah. And I've never heard of this ever, which has me absolutely floored. Because, I mean, I guess I don't necessarily have encyclopedic knowledge of superhero movies, but like, dang, how did this slip past me? Because Marvel's not even really known for their animated movies. That's more of like a DC thing. So very curious about what is in store for me here. It's 83 minutes long. So I'm really thinking about doing a stream that's just about this and finding out what this is all about. So yeah, either next stream or the stream after, whichever way the wind blows. It'll either be a painting stream or it'll be an Incredible Hulk stream, which that was like not even like that wasn't on my mind at all. But we've got something interesting with us today, I guess. So, yeah, I'll figure it out. Best way to just keep up is to, like, check out all my little socials down here. Twitter's probably best because that's just the social media platform that's the easiest for me to manage. It's the most straightforward. And by the way, I was on Twitter just earlier today and was shocked at how many messages that I hadn't been reading. There was one from almost exactly a week ago that I didn't read because I really only use Twitter to like promote my channel. I don't do a lot of actual socializing on this social media platform. And then another message that I don't remember ever getting, dating all the way back to 2023, which were we a channel back then? I don't think we were. I thought we started back in 2024. So that's weird. Very weird. But yeah, that's the best place to keep up with us. Because you never know what could happen in the future. We could have another like stupendous electrical storm out there, and it could like knock out the power and be absolutely disastrous and ruin everything. You never know. You never you never know unless you know. And the best way to know is through all my little information channels down here. Uh, Next time we stream should be the 14th. And then after that'll be the 21st or the 28th, depending on whether or not One Piece turns out to be on break. Which I'm actually like, wow. For the first time in a while, I am really genuinely excited to get the next One Piece chapter. Because dang, this flashback has kind of been dragging for a while, but now it actually feels like it's picking up steam. It's going somewhere interesting. Until next time, though, as always, feel free to tell me what you thought about. Leave a comment telling me what you thought about the latest chapter, or what you thought about Rebel Taxi's newest little creative venture, or what you thought about the Red Eclipse. Maybe you recommend me some other like indie animation to check out. You can maybe I don't know what else. You can tell me what you think about the latest like Avatar MTG set that they're coming out with, or tell me ways to think about my own little fan made abomination. Or you can tell me what you think about my shirt. I actually almost forgot to talk about my shirt. My mom got me this, which is surprising. I said before that I work in education, and one of the parents that I used to work with, I actually caught them just like last week or a week before wearing this exact same shirt. So I was surprised to see it fall in my lap. Now, as always, a like on this video would be appreciated. A subscription even more so. All of your support is very much appreciated because it all helps push us on to bigger and better things. Do have still, as always, a lot of plans. It is tough trying to realize those plans when things just don't quite go the way you expect. I've still got a lot of work to do on my computer to try and get it the way that it's supposed to be. Because I keep saying it, and it's true every time. There really was supposed to be a lot more gaming content on this channel, and then when I found out that Steam just doesn't work for whatever reason, that really kneecapped all of those plans. And I think the only solution is to majorly upgrade my hardware, because I really thought that upgrading to Windows 11 was supposed to help, and instead it just caused more problems. And so now I gotta see if stepping up my hardware, in addition to upgrading to Windows 11, is gonna be like the last necessary step in finally curing this problem, this game's not booting the way they're supposed to problem. Yeah, so hopefully that works out. Hopefully it works out like really soon. Like, this has been a near constant problem since Cross Age Productions started. It would be really nice to just get the channel more in line with my original creative vision. Like, it was always supposed to be like kind of a variety channel, just whatever I feel like doing and sharing with the rest of the world. But there really was supposed to be more video games. I'm a big video game guy. You can clearly see I've got all these consoles over here and a huge collection, and it's tough. So I got to get that figured out, and I'm going to be working more on my fan-made Last Airbender set. And trying to get ready for that painting stream, which I've been putting off for a while. Like, I brainstormed that a long time ago. And I still have my canvases just kind of hung up over there, up on my shelves. Go to work on that. And as always, more editing. I gotta try and squeeze that in. That I have like a job during the weekday. Yeah, lots of stuff. As always, have a full plate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and work on all that. And in the meantime, you guys have a good day, and I will see y'all later. That was supposed to have more of a transition. Please and thank you. Hold on a second. No, why? Hold on a second. It's supposed to be like, yeah, it's supposed to like gradually change. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I freaked out like that, but okay. See y'all later.